Wala o veteranu ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM nambando na sir.
Bula. Ang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka nanreken go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nadang go sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusur.
Ni Bula binaka. Nadang go Jerry yang melambasa. Do barong na Bula FM nambando.
Bula FM nambando na sir.
In the news tonight, bus fare review will not be rushed, says FCCC. Community bands together to help victims of house fire. And sexual assault accused denied bail.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission says it will not be forced into announcing new bus fares until all processes have been followed. The Bus Operators Association has been putting more public pressure onto the authorities, arguing that businesses are suffering. FCCC Chief Executive Joel Abraham says companies claiming they will shut down if the fares are not increased will not force the Commission to feel any pressure. Catherine Krishna has more.
The FCCC confirms that bus companies are struggling with their finances.
Of course, the industry has come together and said, look, we are struggling. We've seen their financials. The industry indeed is struggling. I'll confirm that. People are. There is now. The question is then what should be the quantum of relief that should be provided? That needs to be fairly assessed. So that is where we are at in the process, and we'll do it and will not be rushed into it.
Joel Abraham says the Commission will work in a way that will benefit both Fijians and the operators.
Some have come out and said, look, we don't have any more money and so we can't run it. Of course, people have said this previously and continue to run. I think it's just a matter of managing things properly, and I think there are times when they also need to be guided in the right manner. You have to recognize that some of these businesses have been family owned for some time, and they do not have proper governance systems in place as you would expect with the larger ones.
He says the Commission is looking into best alternatives and options at the moment.
For everybody to understand that public transportation is important in Fiji and it must be affordable, but at the same time businesses must get a fair return. It's not the balancing act is the difficult part, and to come out with a model that will ensure this is captured is I think one of our top priorities.
In a release earlier last week, the Fiji Bus Operators Association had stated that due to the high cost of running a bus company, Dominion Transport Company was finding it difficult to operate. The release also said that as a result, the bus company was intending to cease operations. The company is still in operation. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission is playing its part, ensuring that retailers abide by the ban on single-use plastic bags less than 50 microns. Edwin Nunn reports one supermarket has embraced the ban, given its benefits to the environment.
Shop and Save Supermarket is fully compliant with the ban, encouraging customers to buy reusable bags or to bring their own.
That's correct. We encourage customers to bring in their own checkout bags as well, and then those options are available for them, yes.
The supermarket chain with 16 outlets Fiji-wide only provides plastic bags which comply with the law.
Plastic bags which are 55 microns that we are using for the packaging of produce as well as meat items. We've introduced polynets for the packaging of fruits and veggies.
Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission Chief Executive Joel Abraham says many businesses are looking for better alternatives.
Out there assisting businesses, we had some consultations with the private sector. The idea was to inform them what the law is so that they comply and don't get into non-compliance or breaching it. We've also been talking to various supermarkets as to how they are changing.
As new ideas and new ways of basically more sustainable products will come into the market, obviously we'll work together with the regulatory bodies and obviously introduce those options as well.
10 days into the ban, it's becoming evident that Fijians have been quick to adapt. While there are isolated reports of small shops issuing the banned plastic bags, they do so at their own risk. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
A 52-year-old man charged with allegedly sexually assaulting a 15-year-old boy has been denied bail by the Nandi Magistrates Court today. Ayub Khan is charged with 1 count of sexual assault. The incident is alleged to have taken place from April to November of last year in Nandi. In court, the prosecution strongly objected to bail, stating that the case is of public interest and also because the accused resides close to the victim. The case will be recalled on January 24th. Tragedy has hit 2 families early in the year after a fire destroyed their homes in Vusuya Road, Nosuri, yesterday afternoon. However, in the face of recent adversity, shared humanity has shown its best side in this small community. Lena Rees reports how the families are reeling back from the incident with assistance from the neighbors, family and friends in time for school on Monday.
The close-knit Vusuya community, which is just 10 minutes outside of Nosuri town, was quick to assist the families before authorities arrived.
All of them came. Some of them came and took out the stuff from the houses, the kids, and some of them called the fire brigade and took out the family. So they were trying their best to help.
35-year-old Rima Singh, who lost all her belongings in the fire, says she is overwhelmed with the support from her extended family and neighbors.
All of the committee, they are helping us now. All of my families and friends, they came last night and helped us. And they said, if you need anything, just ask for it.
There were no reported casualties or injuries. The cost of damage for the first house is estimated at $120,000, while the other property's damage cost is about $90,000.
We were in the home, and suddenly my second daughter, she told me that something is smelling. So I just went and see all my things. So when I checked at that window, second window, I saw the old fire going on. So I came from here and the shopkeeper told me that the fire is going on. Please go out.
Despite the tragedy so early in the year, the 2 families are confident of a quick recovery with the immense help shown from their family and friends. Lena Rees, FBC News.
Up ahead, advisory against mass gatherings cancelled. And new evidence surfaced in plane crash. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Health Ministry has lifted the mass gatherings advisory put in place due to the measles outbreak. The decision was made following considerations by the National Measles Task Force, as more than 400,000 Fijians have been immunized against the disease. The national vaccination coverage for 6 months to 5-year-olds is at around 95 to 91% for 19 to 39-year-olds. In the Central Division, where all the cases were recorded, they reached a goal of at least 95% vaccination coverage as of December 24th. The Western, Northern and Eastern Divisions are close to achieving at least 95% coverage for their target groups in their respective divisions. Meanwhile, there are now 28 confirmed cases of measles. The latest confirmed case is a 10-month-old from Turek in Suva, who is currently at home under isolation. The real estate agents and property owners are failing to draw and sign proper contracts, a major issue often highlighted to the Real Estate Agents Licensing Board. The Real B believes Fijians are losing out on money because of improper contracts. Kritika Kumar reports.
Property owners are being urged to remain vigilant when signing contracts with real estate agents.
There is 2 kinds of contracts to be signed. One is exclusive, whereby real estate agents will sign an exclusive contract with the vendor, with the house owner, to sell his or her property. And sometimes there are general listings as well, whereby for one particular property there might be 3 or 4 real estate agents selling the same property.
Inappropriate contracts have often led to several agents advertising the same property.
Owners are depending on the house owners, how they do the contractual agreement between the real estate agents, and if they are selling their properties. So please, if you are trying to sell your property, you have to read your contracts properly and sign it accordingly.
Real B Chair Dr. Abdul Hassan is reminding Fijians to beware of bogus agents.
Once their contract expires or their license expires, they continue to deal with the properties. So you must always ask for the ID.
The board received around 44 complaints against real estate agents last year. The Real B has a total of 85 registered agents and close to 300 sales personnel. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Well, with just 3 days remaining before the new school year starts, a mother of 5 is still trying to make ends meet in order to send her children to school. 36-year-old Mersiana Hussein from Lambasa says she is assisting her husband by selling crabs on the roadside. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Mersiana Hussein and her kids are doing all they can to earn a living.
This is our only source of income. We have started farming, but it's only a year now. Whatever we earn from selling crabs, we'll do our best to buy school stationeries for our kids.
Despite the struggles they face in trying to sell their cats on a daily basis, Mersiana says she will ensure all her kids attend school on Monday.
Sometimes it's really hard. We try hard every day to sell our catch, but at times we go back home with our catch, and I always tell my kids to have faith.
Mersiana's youngest daughter, Ruth Hussein, is also doing her part in assisting her mom.
For the school things.
For this year?
Yes.
The Hussein family, including others at Deo in Lambasa, have been selling crab for years to try to earn money. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Evidence indicates it is likely an Iranian anti-aircraft missile downed a Ukrainian jetliner just after takeoff from Tehran airport earlier this week. A preliminary Iranian investigative report released today said the airliner pilots never made a radio call for help and were trying to turn back for the airport when the burning plane went down. U.S. President Donald Trump suggests he believes Iran is responsible for the shoot-down and dismissed their initial claim that the plane had a mechanical issue. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, whose country lost at least 63 citizens in the downing, is amongst those supporting such claims.
We have intelligence from multiple sources, including our allies and our own intelligence. The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile. This may well have been unintentional.
An emergency warning remains in place for a bushfire threatening lives and homes in Baldivis, about 40 kilometres south of Perth in Western Australia. About 150 firefighters are battling the blaze that has burnt down over 300 hectares in strong winds. Fires are also tearing through the states of New South Wales, South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania. Last year was Australia's hottest and driest on record. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison says the unprecedented fire crisis in the country has claimed 27 lives. He warned that hot and windy conditions forecast are likely to escalate the danger over the next 2 days.
We're a long way from the end of this crisis and this disaster, and their pre-positioning along the coast is very important. These are significant assets with significant capabilities and provide a staging post to render any amount of assistance as required. And as we go into some difficult days, as we're already seeing in South Australia today, and we expect to see on the East Coast tomorrow, then those assets being in place, those ships being in place, and what is on those ships with everything from helicopters and engineering equipment and fully staffed medical facilities will prove vital in the event they need to be called on at a moment's notice.
And Cora is here with business.
Thanks, Amrita. Coming up after the break. Supermarket chain enters voluntary compliance framework deal. And in growing Fiji, new bridges timely for war-saved villages. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है। हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची एफएम सुनता। गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची एफएम दागो मामा।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Leading business Shop and Save has become the first supermarket chain to sign up to the Fijian Commerce and Consumer Commission's voluntary compliance framework. Under the agreement, the retailer commits to following all FCCC laws and setting up a proper customer complaint mechanism. Shop and Save staff at all 16 outlets Fiji-wide will be trained on FCCC requirements and how to deal with customers on a daily basis.
Simply, we want consumers to be informed and protected, and this is outlined in our strategic goals as well, to ensure informed marketplace, to ensure that consumers have accurate and up-to-date information, but also ensuring that they have speedy and up-to-date resolution of their complaints as well.
Educate and train our staffs on the importance of complying with the FCCC regulations and requirements. And most importantly, the protection of our customers and delivery of a high-quality customer service and satisfaction throughout our supermarket chain.
Gary from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the trading world.
Major labor data such as non-farm payrolls and unemployment rates for December will be released later tonight and will have an impact on the US dollar tomorrow. The pound sterling fell to a 2-week low as the outgoing Bank of England governor signaled an interest rate cut could be on the horizon. The central bank was debating the merits of near-term stimulus, adding that a rebound from Brexit uncertainty wasn't guaranteed and the economic growth in the UK was below potential. In Japan, household spending fell for a second straight month in November, dropping 2%. That reflects a pullback in private consumption after the sales tax hike in October. Closer to home, despite positive retail sales data, the Aussie dollar remained fairly steady. November retail sales rose 0.9%, the highest growth in 8 months, which were boosted by Black Friday sales promotions. And that's all from HFC Bank for this week. Naka.
Here are today's exchange rates. As said this morning, the foreign exchange market has calmed somewhat, while the Fiji dollar slipped against the US greenback, the won, the kina, the euro. It made gains against the currencies of our major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand, and rose against the safe haven Japanese yen as well. Now commodities dropped. Crude oil prices came down a bit to $59 per barrel. Gold dropped $10 to $1,548 per ounce. And silver closed down at $17.86 per ounce. Two new food bridges are now open in Wause village in Navosa. Minister for Rural and Maritime Development Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the opening was timely as students start school next week. He says the government is committed to investing in rural areas to provide equal opportunities for all, especially children. Dr. Reddy says the government is also working at providing better infrastructure like roads and improving health services for in rural communities. He says parents also play a role and they need to encourage their children to work hard in school.
Today, all of you have the same opportunity as children from the urban area. And I want to particularly make a strong plea to all the parents here, all the mothers there. Of course, they are doing 4 times more effort to motivate your children, to support your children, to study hard.
That's all from Business Tonight. Jamie Johnson now with the latest from sports.
Thanks, Korean. Good evening. Up ahead in sports. New players may feature at Hamilton Sevens. And Team Fiji allowed time to acclimatize in Japan before Olympics. This and more coming up.
Zola Anguela o veterano, Roi Tabua, aku do talitaina na barong na Bula FM, nambando na seri.
Bula, alang gonoa, ilutoka do talita na Bula FM berarti nambando na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nandraking go sa Bula FM nga, na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo active na Bula FM nambando na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry, yang melambasa, do barong nga na Bula FM.
number 2.
Bula FM number 2 en seri.
A few players have impressed Fiji Sevens head coach Gareth Baber ahead of the next leg of the World Series. Baber currently has a 16-man squad in camp and will cut that number down by 2 for the Hamilton and Sydney Sevens tournaments. Aquila Dama has more.
These are the 16 players fighting for the 14 places available. But with Paulanrani Sinukula ruled out, Suliano Volivoli may just get his biggest break.
I don't like the way sometimes people talk to me about, players who need to have this unbelievable X factor that can do things different to everybody else. We've got a number of them. What Suli does is he just goes about the game.
The police forward is more than just that, according to Baber. Volivoli is expected to make the cut for the next World Series leg.
He's uncompromising, works hard, doesn't make many errors, is physical in all that he does, and when you see him on the field, nothing phases him. Whether he's in front or whether he's behind, he's doing exactly the same thing, and that's what I want from our players.
Levi Ikanikonda is expected to return to the World Series, replacing Terry Otamani. Tamani is not part of the 16-member squad and is playing at the Tambandamu Sevens. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways Fijiana Sevens coach Sayasi Fuli has revealed that they had to sacrifice a good fight at the Glendale Sevens for a greater cause. The Fijiana finished second last in the first tournament on the series, but after gaining Olympic qualification at the Oceania Sevens, they bounced back with a 7th and 6th place finish at the following 2 tournaments on the series. Fuli says this is all part of a plan leading up to the Tokyo Olympics.
In Glendale, we had to rest key players. That's what I mentioned during the interview at the Oceania Sevens, because we have limited pool, and it's a big risk to send all the players to Glendale and then suffer and didn't qualify for the Olympic qualification. And that was a plan. Even though we didn't play well in Glendale, but we managed to qualify in the Olympic qualification during the Oceania. But we came back with 2 points. And that was a plan, even though we didn't play well.
The Fijiana Sevens side will take on England, China and New Zealand in pool play at the Hamilton Sevens 2 weeks from now. Tambandamu stamped its mark on day 1 of its own tournament, booking its place in tomorrow's quarter-final. While the defending Basic Homes Tambandamu Sevens champion is tipped to retain its title, club founder Setefano the Cow believes they still have a lot of work to do. Aquila Dama has the details.
Despite the impressive performances of both Tambandamu teams today, former national rep and Tambandamu Rugby Club founder Setefano the Cow says the first tournament of the year is always tough.
It's just because the boys as well, they're just back from the festive period, and it's a bit hard for them to gain their fitness back. So for this tournament, I think it's a bit hard for all the teams.
The former national skipper is impressed with some of the players strutting their stuff today at Prince Charles Park in Nandi.
In watching a few teams and in few players playing around here, I think we have some good and talented players which can represent our national team in the future.
22 out of the 24 confirmed teams turned up today, but organizers were pleased with how day 1 played out.
Unfortunately, 2 teams from the Coral Coast have to be turned back this morning because of some of the technical issues regarding the registration. And we are thankful to the 22 teams. As far as Tabiuni, they came in to participate for the second Basic Home Tambandamu Rugby Sevens Tournament 2020.
The quarterfinals will be held tomorrow, plus the youth competition as well. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
The Chiefs are over the moon at 50 Test playmaker Aaron Cruden's decision to return to New Zealand and their Super Rugby campaign. Cruden is back training with the team this week, determined to pick up where he left off 2.5 years ago. Fiji's delegation to the Tokyo Olympics this year will be allowed time in Japan just prior to the Games to acclimatize and familiarize themselves with their competition venues. While it would be ideal to spend a lot more time preparing in Japan, this has been limited. Faria Begum has more.
Traveling to Japan well ahead of the Olympics was the plan for Team Fiji, but there are changes following the invitation from Oita City in Japan.
Initially, we thought maybe they could go and have competition, use a facility, as it were, gets familiar with the weather and the conditions they may face during the games, and then come back home and then go up again later. But OITA is only providing it just prior to the games.
Bauer says, while in OITA, Team Fiji reps will also be provided technical assistance to prepare for their respective competitions.
OITA will provide them with accommodation and what all that goes with accommodation, facilities and expertise to support them, and then they can come back in the second week. That they will accommodate in the fact that it's prior to the games.
Fiji Sports Commission Chair Peter Maisy says travelling to OITA will remove the athletes from local distractions.
There is a distraction of being at home. You know, I mean, we do find even and talking to our own coaches that if they're training them in Suva, it's too close to too many distractions.
Team Fiji intend to travel to OITA in Japan a week prior to the official Olympics opening in July. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
The deadline for nominations for the 2019 Fiji Sports Awards has been extended to 5 p.m. Monday, 13th January. This has been confirmed by Fiji Sports Commission Chair Peter Maisy, who believes an extension should be given to the stakeholders who wish to make nominations. The 2019 Fiji Sports Awards will be held on the 15th of next month. In today's Player of the Day, American qualifier Jennifer Brady handing world #1 Ashley Barty her first loss of the year at the Brisbane Tennis International.
Miss Barty is challenging the call on the left.
There's a challenge.
What was called out?
Brady short. Brady is getting ready to celebrate. There's an anxious wait. Barty's gone to the net. Does she know?
Constance. Game,
The Brisbane Barty party has been shut down by Jennifer Brady. The American qualifier has beaten the world #1.
That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and a new media. Check out the highlighter pen that will save the words you highlight onto an app. This and more coming up.
रहता है, हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोते सुनता, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, #1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगो लेबू लटोका, रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
And here's Angie with the weather.
Bula and welcome to the Weather World. The weather can either make a day or break it, and in this case, we're lucky to have such outstanding weather, especially on a Friday. The weekend looks promising, more on that later, but first, checking out the west, it was shining bright. The temperatures actually felt like 38 degrees. Now, that's hot. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, sunshine was out and about, pleasing everyone. Overnight may see showers. And up north, after fine spells, light showers are indicated for the evening phase. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, low tide at 1:41 a.m. with high tide at 7:54 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:39. For tomorrow, it's digestible news. The weather will be fine and bright. Towns and cities will possibly be quite packed for school shopping, so be safe and stay hydrated. Tomorrow's temps, Lautoka, Ba and Lambasa will be humid with highs of 32 degrees. And looking ahead to Sunday, it will be nice and quite chilled out, so have a good one and be sure to be safe. It's back to you, Amrita.
In Fijian Pulse, we asked, are you fully prepared to go back to school?
Yes, I've done my shopping and I'm ready to send them to school.
I'll be in Form 7 this year, and I'm ready for my final year this year in secondary school.
Yes, I'm happy and excited because I'm going to kindergarten.
I am ready to go to class 5. My bags are ready, my school uniforms are ready, and my all stationaries are ready. I'm excited to go to class 1.
Today I'm going to top up my e-transport card, and on Monday I'm ready to go to school.
Recapping the main stories, bus fare review will not be rushed, says FCCC. Community bands together to help victims of house fire. And sexual assault accused denied bail. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment, this week we're asking, do you think the extension of the rent freeze will benefit landlords and tenants? Do visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, what better way than to have a watermelon to quench your thirst in this hot weather? Sent in by Koresi Langilangi from Raketi Nalawa in Ra. But you can always send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your news for tonight. Stay safe. Madhimanda.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता. Gold Town Tava में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.